Hey, so last night or early this morning, I don't know exactly when, Republicans in the House passed their budget bill. I want to explain, first of all, the fact that they passed it does not mean it is passed fully. So now it is going to go over to the Senate, where they either have to pass the identical bill, which they won't, or they're going to rewrite it, which they will. And then that bill has to come back and get passed in the House again. So we have a chance to stop it in the Senate. And then we're going to have a chance to stop it when it comes back to the House. And that could draw out for quite a while. We're looking at probably, 4 weeks minimum, hopefully, where we can fight it in either chamber. The Senate doesn't like some of the stuff in the House version. But I'm not going to lie to you. It is... My first reaction this morning is just like I have to process the grief, and I hope you will as well, because the fact that one of the two major parties in this country was willing to pass this bill should devastate and shock everybody in this country who is not a billionaire. I really don't know how to describe how self-destroying this bill is for our country. For one thing, when you knock this many people off of their health care, and don't let Republicans tell you, oh, it's just work requirements, it won't knock anybody off their health care, then why did the CBO say that it would? And also, how does it save money if it doesn't knock people off their health care? Of course it does. That's the only reason it's not budget neutral. They know it knocks people off. Work requirements knock people off their health care. Eligible people. Ask the state of Arkansas. Ask the state of Georgia. This has been tried and it has failed. It's also expensive. In the long run, it costs more money. You know who makes money off of it? Deloitte. Deloitte is the consulting firm who administers work requirements. They get rich. Nobody else benefits at all. Okay? So when you take this many people off of their health insurance, do you think it only affects those people? It affects the entire healthcare system. So this is going to shut down hospitals. It's going to collapse our healthcare system. It's going to make children, veterans, seniors suffer. Right? We haven't even gotten to the $500 billion in Medicare. It will also cut. Right? So they voted for all of that. They voted to take food out of the mouths of the hungriest people in the country, including 4 million children. What do you do when you have a major party who's willing to do all of that just to give tax cuts to people who don't need the fucking money at all? And then on top of that, you guys, this bill kills every single climate incentive, policy, tax credit that Biden and the Democrats got passed in the Inflation Reduction Act. Our climate future is fucked if this bill goes through. Not to mention, I read this morning, over 10 years, we lose 800,000 jobs because the Republicans take so much money from the oil and gas industry that they cannot stand to see our economy transitioning to clean energy, even though we are in a climate crisis. We are experiencing multiple billion-dollar climate emergencies, catastrophic expense for states, municipalities, and the federal government, but they don't care. Our carbon emissions are going to skyrocket. And guess what? When you have a climate crisis in your state or in your city, and your city is underwater, there won't be any FEMA because they've cut that too. Do you think this won't affect you? This affects all of us. And finally, on top of that, we still have the provision that deregulates AI for 10 years. God only knows what will happen to us if that stays in there. And then there's a provision snuck in here that we're not talking enough about that stops federal judges from being able to enforce contempt findings. Guess who that is going to help? And guess what that means? There will be no more ability for judges to enforce their orders. It gives Donald Trump free rein. He is about to be found in contempt in 3 different court cases. Guess what happens if this bill passes? They can't enforce it. He will be a king, literally. I don't know how to describe how dangerous this is and how upsetting it is, but morally, it is nauseating that one of the two major parties in our country wants to pass this bill just to give tax cuts to people like Elon Musk and Betsy DeVos and all of the other however many billionaires we have in this country who don't need the money, can't possibly spend the money, and then corporations who are just sending that money back to their shareholders. What are we doing? Turn out on June 14th for the biggest protest this country has ever seen. Call your representatives, call your senator, tell them how fucking dare you. I'm angry. I am grief-stricken by what this country has become, but I will also not stop fighting, and I expect and hope that you will not stop either. We can't let these people win. This is the oligarchy, and this is not what our country is supposed to be. We have maybe never risen to what we are supposed to be, but we are not going to descend to this low. Not while I'm here, not while you're here. We are going to fight this, and if we don't win, we will win eventually. I'm pissed, but I am not going to stop fighting.